Today I got the upper section covered, and I put in a little access door for the little attic above the bathroom. I also worked in the closet. I got everything painted, caulked, ready to go. Little bonus, I put in a cedar ceiling up there, ready to put the can lights in. Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Shirt Video. Thanks for dropping in. Here comes little Frank. Come here, buddy. Frank's hot, but we got the air conditioner hooked up. It keeps this room pretty cool. The rest of the tiny house doesn't quite get enough airflow out that way. I had a box fan, but haven't been able to bring it yet. So the last clip that you saw, I believe I was working on the closet. I got it finished paneled, I got it caulked, I got it painted inside. I got all of this caulked and painted. The bedroom is ready for trim work. And that is what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to be working on some closet trim inside and out. I've had this stuff in my garage for years, and I got enough to do the closet. So I'm going to do that. I put the cedar ceiling in last time. Let me show you one other thing. That is so bright. Because there was a stud or a piece of 2x4 in the middle, I couldn't put one light, so I put two. It's really bright. I may take a little paint and paint over the lens, try to calm that down a little bit. But I'm also going to be working on putting the closet rod in the shelf that goes in here. I've got a little surprise for the shelf. Yeah, so I'm going to put the closet rod and try to get this trim work done today. Yesterday, you might have seen that I worked on the windows, and I may get some more done in there today. We'll just have to see how the day goes. It's getting really hot. It's supposed to be like 99 or 100 today. When it gets that hot, it's hard to do any work in here, even with that little air conditioner, because you get to moving around and it just sweating and perspiration, and it's uncomfortable. So it was brought to my attention by one of my neighbors that I probably want to finish out these windows before I commit to installing these cabinets, because with this here, I'm going to have trouble getting back here to it. So this morning, what I've been working on is trying to find some of my scrap cedar and cut it down and get it ready to install. And right now I'm going to show you how I did all the windows in my cabin and what I'll be doing here. So I've already got these pre-cut, and something I'm doing is I'm actually going and cutting the next window too. So I'm using this as a pattern for the next window, and then the next window, keep on going, because I have 6 windows just like this to do. So the first thing that I do is I cut the window sill, and that's just going to slide in there just like that. There's going to be 8 pieces, 4 on the inside, and then you'll have a kind of an apron outside. Right now I'm just looking at the wood to see how I want it installed. Okay, so they just kind of hold themselves in there if you cut them and install them right. And then next, I don't have a piece cut yet. I'm gonna have to go cut them, but there will be an apron on the outside like that, not that wide. And I'll cut 3 or 4 of those, and that will finish that window out. So I was trying to get 3 pieces out of each board. And when you cut angles, you have to be sure that you're at the right angle that you're looking at on the saw. And sure enough, I cut one about 2 inches too short, so I'm gonna have to rip some more wood down. But I got these cut for the sides. I'm not gonna do a final install right now. I'm just trying to get my last measurement. I already measured this once. I just want to make sure. I did lose volume on a couple of these clips, but I want to emphasize that even though I'm trying to mass produce these boards somewhat by doing the next window and the next window, each board is a little unique in that you have to test fit it, and then you may have to trim it also. This is a little skinnier than I would like, but I have to allow for the countertop, which is, I think it's 2 inches thick, 1 3/4 coming in here. So I didn't get to make it as thick as I wanted. So that's what it's going to look like. And that's everything. So you got 4 inner pieces and 4 outer pieces. I'm going to not permanently install it right now because I need to finish cutting for the next window. So I've been out cutting a lot of wood on my table saw, getting ready for a lot of the molding, and I've already got enough for the next window cut. So I'm going to put this back together. And the way I did this, I only put a nail or 2 in these so I can just slide them. So I can slide them back up in there. All right. And then this one is ready to install. Okay. Now, which one of these is which? This looks like I would like to go over there. Okay, that one's a little short. This one. Now, let's trade these. Oh yeah, so I cut these too short, so I'm gonna have to go back and when I built my cabin, I had to do all this by hand with panel nails. This gun has really saved me a lot of time and made the job much more easy. I really like being able to shoot these staples into the corners. Gives you a nice tight fit. Also, where I cut these boards too short, I cut about a 1.5 inch piece with a miter cut, and it slid in nice and tight. And then I just put a nail in it. Only you and I will know I ever made a mistake. The final touch on each window is the apron piece. Many of these boards required 2 and 3 trips to the saw to get them just right, but I would rather have them right than have regrets later. My initial intent was to paint this trim work. After seeing it, I'm starting to think maybe I might leave it raw and just put a clear on it. Have to ask the boss lady. We have a closet very similar to this in the cabin that I built, and when I built the closet I put a wire rack for the shelf because that's what I had, and it was kind of popular at the time. And after seeing how this closet has turned out, I think I may go back and change that. One of the first things I did when I decided I was going to build a tiny house was I found a guy in a neighboring town that had a bunch of red cedar that he was trying to get rid of. He had this stuff processed from a tree for a project that he was going to do, and then he decided he wasn't going to use it all. So he sold it real cheap. I got these for about $10 a board, which is a great price. I'm not trying to get these perfectly smooth. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the roughness and some of the saw marks. And also there's a little bit of graying on the live edge from having sat outside for a while.